A stock is nothing but you are going to have a own company in your risk. It is going to be known as a stock. Actual value of the share of a company is going to be known as the nominal value or face value, and the price at which it's called a market value. Yield means it is a profit you are going to get. That means the income. Yield is defined as a nominal rate of interest divided by the amount which you have invested. Understood? Hello dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. My name is Vibha, Mathematics faculty at Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So in this session, we are going to learn the chapter Stocks and Shares of your second PUC Basic Mathematics. And here we are going to have session number 1. And what are all the topics in this session we are going to study? You are going to have problems on stocks and shares. Is nothing but 1 marker problem, 2 marker problem, and then 3 marker problem you are going to learn in this session. Now, before moving on to that, let me give you the explanation of what you mean by a stock. So, stock is nothing but it is a share in the ownership of a company. As I told you, a stock is nothing but you are going to have our own company in your risk. It is going to be known as a stock. So therefore, a stock is represented by a stock certificate. If you want to run your own business, then you are going to call that one as a stock, where you are going to invest that one, isn't it? So I hope you understood this. We'll move on to the next is nothing but being an owner. Being an owner means holding a company's stocks, means that, as I told you, you are one of the many owners, because many owners will be having the stocks, their own business they are going to run, isn't it? So here also the stock means that you are one of the many owners, or you are going to name it as shareholders. Okay. So of a company, and such as you claim everything as a company owner. Whatever it comes to the market, you are going to claim that one as a company owner. So but being a shareholder, but for a shareholder of a public company does not mean you have a say the day-to-day running of the business. So here, if you are moving on to the public company that is not in your as a own risk, then you are moving on to the other company, it will be, the business will be running as day-to-day life it will be running as, and market, and as well as you can take it as a business market, you can have it as an example, isn't it? We'll move on to the next one, the nominal rate of interest of a dividend. What do you mean by this? Profits are sometimes paid out in the form of a dividends. Okay, in the form of what? Dividend they are going to pay it as. For example, if you are going to purchase a share from any company, then if that company gets the profit, then they are going to give you some amount as a dividend for their profit. Not only they are going to give which are not the shareholder, which are all the shareholder for that company, they are going to give the profit as a some rupees. That rupees can be a 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, like that, depends on how they are going to get the profit in their shares. So they are going to divide for each shareholder. That is called the profit paid out in the form of what? Dividend. What we are going to share the rupees when the company gets the profit, that is going to be known as the dividend. So the more shares you own, the larger portion of the profits you get. Obviously, so as the profit value it gets increasing, the share value also get increases year by year. Then year per annum, they are going to calculate what will be the profit from last 2 years to this year, last 3 years to this year. Like that, they are going to calculate. If they are getting up some profit, they are going to share as a dividend for the shareholders. That is as what you are going to know it as a nominal interest of a dividend. I hope you got this one. We'll move on to the next is nothing but limited liability. Limited liability is nothing but you are going to not asset. See, as an owner of a stock, you are not personally liable if the company is not able to pay its debts. That means if you are getting a maximum value, then you can lose as the value. It will not depend on your asset. Even the bank is going to have giving you some amount of a loan. Then if you are making that asset as their you can give it as, this is what I'm having as a certification like asset, you can give it as, then you are not going to take that asset directly to the bankrupt. So owning of a asset means the maximum value you can lose is the value of the investment, that you can tell it. Okay, so that's it about the limited liability. And an average you can have, if you for a long term of the shareholder, a company or whatever you have purchased the share can give you 10 to 12% of the interest. Understood? So this is what the introduction parts will take of the stocks and shares. So we'll move on to now how we are going to solve the problems. Before solving the problems, let me give an example of a nominal and the market value of a share, how it will be in the market. The original value of a share is called nominal value. Whatever the origin value of the share. For example, rupees 152 is for a Tata Capital share if you are going to take it as example. I am giving not only Tata, you can take any of the company there. So here if I am going to take a Tata will be having a share, one share will be a value as 152. That is going to be known as what? A nominal value, or you are going to name that one as the face value. Actual value of the share of a company is going to be known as the nominal value or face value, and the price at which it's called a market value. See, a price at which it is called as a market value. It is going to be sold. It is going to be known as the market value. Are going to be sell. Okay. Now, when the market value of a share is higher than its nominal value, it is said to be at premium or above par. So when the market value, what you are going to sell, if it is that value is greater than the actual value of a share, then it is going to be known as what? Be at a premium or above par, you are going to name it as. Suppose when the market value of a share is equal to nominal value of the share, then it is said to be exactly at par. Okay, so next, if the market value of a share is less than here equal to here higher. So if it is less than its market value, then it is said to be at a discount or below par. This you have to know. Okay. We'll move on to next is nothing but the example how I have taken. If 8% of a stock at 125 means you are going to have a stock of a face value, you are going to consider it as, let it be 100, because it is what you are going to consider as a face value as 100 means you are going to consider that one as, let it be 100. Okay. So let the value be 100 because they have never given a share here how much it will be. So we are going to consider, let it be rupees 100 only. So he is being sold at 125 rupees, and the nominal interest obtained on this share is what? How much? 8%. 8% means 8 rupees for 100. So that only we are going to consider face value as 100 if they have not given. Even though if they have not given the market value, we are going to consider that it is sold for 100 rupees. Getting? So next, 12% of stock at 20 premium means face value is how much? 100 you are going to consider face value, and the market value how much? If it will be a 120, because 20 premium is you are going to have extra premium. So that is going to be known as the 120 will be the market value. And what will be the dividend? Dividend will be, they are going to get it as 12% of the profit they are going to distribute for each shareholder. In 100 rupees, 12% means you are going to have it as 12 rupees only. Understood? So next, 7% of stock at 10% discount means, please remember all this one because I am getting a word of different. 7% of stock at 10% discount means face value I am going to consider regularly as what? 100. Market value will be what? 10% of 100 means it will be 90. So market value will be sold at rupees 90. Therefore here market value is lesser than the nominal. Correct? That is nothing but the face value. Therefore you are going to have it as below par or discount you are going to get it as. and interest will be how much? Rupees 7 you are going to have it as. 10 will be the discount, isn't it? 10 will be the discount in 100 rupees means you are going to sell it for 90 will be the market value. Then 10% of stock at par means, exactly at par means face value also 100, market value also 100, interest will be how much? It will be 10 only you are going to have it as. Understood? Because they have given here 10% stock at par means, that is face value and market value will be equal. So this I have taken equal example of the face value and market value. This I have taken discount means when the market value is below the face value, and this is a premium means when the market value is higher than the face value. That is an example I can get you over there. I hope by this example you got what do you mean by the discount, market value and the face value or the amount, isn't it? Now, dear students, we'll move on to, based on these problem solving of what is that one marker. Before that, note down this: nominal interest or dividend is always declared on a face value of a share. As I told you, nominal means it is a face value only. It is declared on the per share how much rupees it will be. So, and then the face value of a share can be, as I told you, it can be rupees 2, rupees 5, rupees 10, etc. It will go like that. But if nothing is mentioned in the problem, then it is understood that face value will, one of the share is 100. If nothing is mentioned in the problem, as like we are going to consider, let the face value will be is equal to 100 as I told you before. Now, MV means we are going to name that one as a market value, and then FV means we are going to have it as a face value. Wherever MV and FV they have given, MV means market value, FV means face value you are going to consider. Understood? So now we'll be moving on to the question solving, that is one marker problem. Find the income obtained by investing 3,600 rupees in 5% stock at 90. So therefore they have given income obtained by investing what? 3,600 rupees in 5% stock they have given at 90. Therefore, so what is the cash amount per share here? Amount per share is equal to rupees 90, correct? And then they have given, what is that? Cash will be is equal to, value will be is equal to rupees 3,600, and 5% investment means they have given how much dividend? Dividend is equal to 5%, correct? So therefore, you can have a equation as income is equal to, you can have the formula as income is equal to dividend divided by amount per share into cash. Okay. So therefore, you can substitute, and then dividend is nothing but 5% divided by amount per share is 90 rupees into a cash is nothing but 3,600 you are having, which will be is equal to, the answer you are going to get for this question is, so 5 divided by 90, which is 1 zeros will go. So you can have 9 ones are 9, 4s are, isn't it? So 5 into 4 is nothing but 200. So rupees 200 will be the income when you are going to have it as the 3,600 as investing an amount. Understood? So this is how you are going to calculate. This formula you can remember. We'll move on to next one. What they have asked, how much stock at rupees 75 can be bought for rupees 3,375. So here I can consider amount is nothing but what? Amount is rupees 75. What will be the stock? I can have rupees 100. I am going to consider that one, isn't it? And then amount they have invested, correct? They have bought for, not invested, bought for rupees 3,375. But we don't know what is a stock. That only they have asked how much stock. So stock we don't know what it is. So therefore from this I can take it as stock will be implies that amount 3375 into cross multiply this one, right? You are having. Therefore, if you cross multiply like this, so stock will be is equal to what? I can have it as 3375 into 100 divided by what it is, 75. So therefore, by calculating here, you are going to get the answer will be is equal to, so by calculating here, you are going to get 5 ones are 5, again 25, 5 5s are 25, because from can have this one, 5 6 are 30, again 37, again 5 7s are 35, again 25, 5 5s are. Again you can cancel this one as 5 3s are, and then you are going to have 5 1s are, and then 5 3s are 15, and 25, 5 5s are 25. So again, can you cancel here? You can have it as, so which will be is equal to 3 4s are 12, again 1 is remaining, 3 5s are 15. So 45 into 100, you are going to get the value of the stock will be is equal to 4,500. So this is your answer. I hope you got this one, how to solve. We'll move on to the next one. What they have asked. 6% stock is being sold at 15 discount. How much money is required to buy rupees 6,000 stock? So 6% stock means I am going to consider the value of the face will be is equal to what? You can have it as, let it be. So if stock is equal to 100, so discount will be 15 means what will be the amount? Amount will be is equal to 85, because 100 minus 15 it will be giving you rupees 85. Now what they have asked, how much money? That means amount is how much? How much money is required to buy rupees 6,000 stock, isn't it? So stock will be how much? 6,000 stock you are going to buy it as. Therefore, as usual, cross multiply what you are going to get. So amount will be is equal to 85 into 6,000 divided by 100. So 2 zeros will get cancelled. You are going to have 85 into 60, which is nothing but the answer 5,100 rupees. So this much amount you are going to get it when you want to buy 6,000 shares. Understood? I hope you got this one also. As usual, whatever the problem asked, accordingly I am going to consider, then cross multiplying you are going to get an answer. That's it. We'll move on to the next. Define yield. What do you mean by an yield means? So yield is defined as nominal interest, nominal rate of interest divided by an amount invested. So this is how you are going to define an yield. Yield means it is a profit you are going to get. That means the income. Yield is defined as a nominal rate of interest divided by the amount which you have invested. Understood? We'll move on to the next problem. What they've asked next question is, what is the yield obtained when rupees 5,000, 3% stock is purchased at 125? What is the yield is defined as? As just I told you, yield will be is equal to dividend divided by amount per share into 100, correct? Into 100. Therefore, what they have given the dividend here? Dividend is nothing but 3% stock, that means 3 divided by amount per share, they have given it as rupees 125 into 100. So if you solve this one, you are going to get 2.4. This is your yield you can have it as. I hope you got this one. We'll move on to the next problem. So what is the next question they've asked? Next question is like this. What income can be obtained from an investment of rupees 10,725 in 6.5% stock at rupees 143 per share, what is the amount of a stock purchased? They've asked what income and what is this amount stock. So we need to calculate here income first. So income will be is equal to dividend divided by amount per share into cash. Correct? So which will be is equal to, I can calculate here, dividend they have given 6.5%, 6.5 divided by amount per share is nothing but a stock at rupees 143, and then cash they have given this investment of rupees 10,725. Solving this, you are going to get an income will be is equal to 487.5. This is your income. Okay. Next, they have asked what is the amount of a stock purchased. So here, what is the amount they have given? Amount is nothing but 143. For stock, they have not given any stock here. How many stocks? Let me consider real face value is nothing but 100 rupees. So you are going to have it as for the amount of 10,725, how much will be stock? Correct? That's what they have asked. How much stock you can purchase for 10,725 an amount. Cross multiply. So stock will be is equal to 10,725 into 100 divided by 143. You are going to get the answer will be is equal to, after cancellation of this, you are going to get the answer as 7,500. So these many stocks you can buy if you are having the amount of rupees 143 per share for 10,725 rupees. I hope you got this problem, how to solve. We'll move on to the next problem. What they've asked next problem. 10% stock is quoted at rupees 120. Find the rate of interest. Here you can take it as the rate of interest as means yield. That means the income. Okay. So therefore the formula is given by what? So interest will be is equal to dividend divided by the amount into 100. So what they have given dividend? So dividend is nothing but rupees 10. So interest will be is equal to 10% dividend divided by amount they have given it as 120 into 100. So solving this, you are going to get the answer is equal to, so how much interest you are going to get? 8.33% of interest you are going to get. Understood? So this is how you are going to calculate as like they have given a hint. We'll move on to next problem. How much of our 8% stock at 96 can be purchased for rupees 4,800? Also find the income obtained. So here let us find out the income. First, income is equal to dividend divided by amount into, you are having 100, which will be, dividend is 8%. So amount purchased per share will be is equal to 96 into 100. So therefore you are having here rupees 400 as the income. Now they have asked how much 8% stock at 96. So amount they have given it as 96. Stock we can have 100 value, and then amount of rupees 4,800, we don't know stock is what, correct? So therefore, so we can have stock will be is equal to 4,800 into 100 divided by 96. So the answer you are going to get, stock will be is equal to 5,000 of 8%. Understood? I hope you got this problem. We'll move on to the next one. What they've asked, how much money will a man get by selling rupees 6,000 stock at 5% at 20 premium? So if stock is equal to, they have not given how many stocks, I am going to consider let it be 100. So premium means amount will become how much? So it is above par. Above par means amount will be 100 plus 20, which is nothing but 120 you are having. They have asked how much money. So amount they have asked how much. If stock, you are going to have it as 6,000 stock if you are going to purchase. What will be the amount? Correct? Just cross multiply dears. So amount will be is equal to 6,000 into 120 divided by 100. So you are going to get the answer is equal to, so 7,200 rupees you are going to get an amount. Understood? We'll move on to the next problem. Abhi purchased 850 shares of a company, the nominal value being rupees 10 each. Company declared an annual dividend at 12%. How much dividend did Abhi receive? What is the income? So income will be is equal to, you are having dividend divided by amount per share into, you are having cash, right? Into 100. Income is nothing but this is what, right? So what they have asked here, they have asked how much dividend. So cross multiply. If you cross multiply, what you are getting? So dividend will be equal to, you can cross multiply income into amount per share divided by, you are having into income into amount per share divided by 100. Isn't it? So substitute. What is the income amount they have given? So income is 12% dividend into how much rupees they have given? Purchased for how much shares he is purchased? 850 shares he is going to purchase, and dividend of what? A 12% divided by 100. So dividend will be is equal to, if you multiply this, you are going to have, so the answer you are going to get for this question is rupees 102. Okay, this is how you are going to solve. I hope you got this one. We'll move on to the next problem. So what is the next question they have asked? Rakshita invests rupees 15,000 in a company paying a 7% per annum. When a share of a value 100 is selling for 150, what is her annual income and what percentage does she get on her money? Get on her money for this one, what percentage means for 100, if she is getting 150 means how much she is going to get? 50% of the money she is going to get. That is the answer for the second one. Now we need to calculate for the first one, that is what is the annual income of the Rakshita. So therefore the formula is given by, so income will be is equal to dividend divided by amount into cash, because they have given a cash there. So dividend is nothing but you are having 7%. So income will be is equal to 7 divided by how much he is going to sell? Rupees 150 into investment is 15,000. So therefore you are having, the answer will be is equal to is rupees 700. So that much income she is going to get. What is the percentage means? 50% of the shares she is going to get it as. Understood? So we'll move on to next one. Which is a better investment? 8% stock at 110 or 9% stock at 98. So here if we calculate for the A, 8% of stock at 110 means, so how much you are going to have? 8% stock, 8 by 100 into 110. So for this 7.272 percentage. Okay. So next they have given or they have given in A 9% at 198. What is the 9%? So 9% at 98. So you are going to get the answer is equal to 9.18%. Now which is giving a more interest? 9.18%. Therefore 9% of 98 is better investment than 8% stock at 110. So this is a better investment, you can choose it for. Next for the B they have asked, what is that? 6% stock at 84. That means 6 divided by 100 into 84. The answer is, so which you are going to get it as 5.04 percentage. Or they have given it as what? They have given it as 4% stock. That means 4 divided by 100 into 102. So you are going to get the answer is, so which is 3.92 percentage. So which is more percentage you are having? 5.04. Therefore, which is a better investment? 6% stock at 84 is better than 4% stock of 102. Understood? They have asked C, 7% stock at 155. So 7 divided by 100 into 115, not 155, 115, which will be giving you the percentage as, so you are going to get the answer is 6.08 percentage, and then 5% of stock, or 5% of stock, 88. So after calculating this, you are going to get the answer is 5.68 percentage. So therefore, which is a better investment? 6.08. 6.08 will be for 7%. This is a better investment than 5% stock at 88 rupees. Now you are having D. D is nothing but 4% stock. 4 divided by 100 into 118 will be equal to 3.38 percentage, or 6% of stock 124 will be equal to, so 6.83 percentage. 6.83 percentage. So which is a better investment? 6% of 124 stock is better investment. I hope you got this one, how to find out which is a better investment. We'll move on to the next problem. What they have asked. A man invests equal sum of money in 4%, 5% and 6% stock. Each stock being at par, that means equal to par you are having, and nominal rate and the market value will be same. If the total income of the man is rupees 3,600, find his total investment. What they have given? They have asked find his total investment. So I'm going to consider here let amount invested by a person is equal to X. Okay. So how much he is going to in a first share? You have first, second and third respectively. He is going to get an income of 4%. That means 4x divided by 100. 4% means 4 by 100 of the investment. And then second will be 5%. That is 5x divided by 100. Similarly, third will be 6%, which is 6x divided by 100. But total income of the man, they have given it as rupees 3,600. Therefore, total income is equal to 3,600. So by adding that interest 4x divided by what is that 100 plus 5x divided by 100 plus 6x divided by 100 is equal to how much total? 3,600 he is going to have total income. Now by taking LCM is 100 here, 4x plus 5x plus 6x, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 6, you are going to have it as 15x. So 15x will be is equal to 3,600. So x will be is equal to, I can have it as 3,600 into 100 divided by 15. So the answer you are going to get for this one is 24,000. But how much time he is going to invest? 3 times, that is 3x. Therefore, total investment is equal to 3 into x, which will be 3 into 24,000, which will be is equal to 72,000. So this is a total investment he is going to have. Okay. I hope you got this problem how to solve. So I hope you understood how you are going to use the formula on stocks and shares when the amount is given, when no face value and the market value are given, what you are going to consider as 100. If the cash is given, income is equal to dividend divided by amount per share into cash. If not given, you are going to consider let it be is equal to 100 rupees share. So therefore, dividend divided by amount per share into 100 as the income or the yield you are going to calculate. So next they have asked like this. Okay dears, what the next question they have asked? What is the market value of 9.5% stock when an investment of rupees 12,400 produces an income of rupees 1472.5, that is 1472.5, right? We need to calculate here the market value, that means amount per share, how much it will be. What is the formula? Income is equal to dividend divided by amount per share, which is a market value, into you're having cash. What they have given? Income. Income is nothing but, see, an income of 1472.5. Substitute 1472.5 is equal to dividend. They have given it as 9.5%. We don't know amount is what per share, into cash they have invested 12,400. Therefore, I want an amount. So, amount will be is equal to 9.5 into 12,400 divided by 1472.5, right? Here 2.5. So, therefore, amount invested after doing the calculation per share is rupees 80. So, this will be the market value of what? When he is going to get an investment of 12,400 of 9.5% as the dividend. I hope you got this one. We'll move on to the next problem. What is the next problem? What is the quoted value of 12% stock if it earns an interest of 8% after deducting the income tax of 8%? What is the net income? Net income is nothing but they have given. So I am going to take it as the open income will be is equal to 100. Okay. This is the open income. Net income, they have deducted what? A tax of 8%. In 108% means 8 rupees. That means 92 rupees. Okay. Net income. And then they have given net income of, what is that? Interest of 8%. That means 8. What will be the income they have asked, right? What will be the income percentage? If we calculate this, so income will be is equal to, here, that is open income you can take it as, which is nothing but 8 into 100 divided by 92, which will be is equal to, so 8.69%. Okay, you are going to get it as an income. But they have asked if the quoted value is 12%. That means stock will be, dividend will be is equal to how much they have given? Dividend is equal to 12. So you know that income is equal to dividend divided by amount into, they have given cash is nothing but the 100 you can calculate, right? Because they have not given the market value. So therefore here you can have dividend is 12, income is nothing but, you can take it as 8.69, otherwise you can take that only 8 into 100 you can cancel, right? Divided by 92 into 12 divided by amount into 100. So here 100 will go, you can have it as, therefore amount will be is equal to cross multiplication. You are going to get it as 12 into 92 divided by 8. So the answer is equal to rupees 138. You can take it as 8.69 or you can take it as income will be is equal to what we have calculated according to the question as given. I hope you got this problem, how to solve. Okay dear students, I hope you understood how to solve the problems on stocks and shares based on the nominal value and the market value and the dividend, isn't it? Or the nominal rate of the dividend you are going to have it as. So in the next session, we'll be solving some more problems of the 3-marker of this stocks and shares itself. So thank you, dear students. Have a nice day.